Speaking with Nightly News on Tuesday via telephone, GECOM Commissioner, who represents the interest of the APNU AFC at that body, revealed that some of the PPP Commissioners on the board are seemingly backpedaling on their decision to amend 3 motions which were put before the Commission, seeking the dismissal of the infamous GECOM trio, Keith Lowenfield, Roxanne Myers, and Claremont Mingo.
However, they refused to have the motion itself amended to provide for that on the grounds that they had given an undertaking and therefore there's no need to amend the motion. They could proceed based on the undertaking.
This move comes on the heels of a withdrawal of a case filed by the Chief Election Officer of GECOM, Keith Lowenfield, on Monday, where he was challenging the grounds of his dismissal based on the fact that he was not being given a fair hearing in relation to the allegations pinned to him and others, accusing them of electoral fraud, among other things, which transpired during the course of the 2020 general and regional elections. Lowenfield's attorney, Nigel Hughes, who also spoke with Nightly News recently, explained that if the motions reflect that the CEO's dismissal is based on cause, then he needs to be given a fair hearing to defend the allegations put to him. Hughes ventured further to say that if the Commission seeks to dismiss the CEO without cause, based on his contractual agreement, then he needs to be given 6 months' notice as well as receive his benefits in lieu of his termination, and that the same applies to Myers and Mingo.
If they give him 3 months' notice without cause, not with cause, without cause, then they're entitled to do that under the acts and the contract. They're entitled to do that. We have no complaint in regard to that. Our complaint is about summary dismissal, where Mr. Lowenfield has the right to be heard. And implicit in that right to be heard are the rules of natural justice, which affect bias and all the other issues.
Following the abrupt end to Tuesday's meeting, PPP Commissioner at GECOM says Gunraj took to his Facebook page to state that 2 PNC commissioners walked out of Tuesday's meeting at the time when the Commission was expected to vote on the motions seeking the termination of the electoral officers. Nightly News reached out to Gunraj via telephone for comments on the matter, but our calls went unanswered. Alexander told Nightly News that as the motion was being discussed, the PPP Commissioners allegedly backpedaled on their statements, and this caused the abrupt end to the meeting.
A discussion started on the motions, in which discussion they interjected the provisions, the whereas provisions in the motion, as if to say that there was cause. On that basis, we withdrew because our understanding was that the court matter had been withdrawn to cater for this not being done.
Nightly News further questioned Alexander as to whether any discussions were held on the holding of local government elections, to which he responded in the negative. Recently, the President of the country, at a virtual press conference, stated that money has already been budgeted for the elections which are constitutionally due this November, and that the ball is now in GECOM's court to see when the elections could be held. Wendell Badrie for the HGP Nightly News.